Hello, this is Amir from nycdrivinglesson.com, and today we're going to learn how to reverse and do some parallel parking. All you have to do is just remember that it's a little bit different than starting up, because you're never really going to be speeding in reverse. You're only going to be moving back. Going to reverse, you're going to give it a little gas and start coming off the clutch slowly. You're going to get to a point where the car's going to start to move back. When that happens, you hold your foot there in the clutch. If the car starts to move back a little faster, go back down on the clutch and let the momentum of the car moving back carry you. If it stops, do it again. If you see the car moving too quick, go back down on the clutch, let the car slide itself again. When that momentum stops, repeat. The reason you're doing this is because you want to move the car slowly. You don't want the car to speed into the parking spot.
So here I am giving it gas and coming off the clutch slowly, let the car roll. Now I go back down on the clutch to let the car slow itself down. I come up and down on the clutch to tweak it. When I really need to stop, I'll press down on the brake, as you can see. And I'll continue to come off the clutch again to let the car have a little roll. Brake when I need to suddenly stop, and repeat. And then I straighten it out, and here I am pulling into the spot.
Parking on a hill is pretty easy if you're going back. A downhill though is a little bit more tricky. I'm gonna do uphill first, and I'll show you how to do that. As for reverse, check it out. Reverse on Japanese cars would be all the way to the right and down. On German cars, it'll be over to the left, over one more next to first gear. You'll probably have to push down, or there'll be something to pull up to pop into reverse. All right, so when parallel parking downhill, facing up, all you have to do is just come off the brakes and let the car roll in the spot while going on and off the brakes. If you're on a hill and you're between two cars and you want to move out, you want to avoid rolling back into the car behind you, what you can do is turn the wheel, pull up the emergency brake, come off the brake slowly to make sure the brake is up enough, start giving it gas and easing off the clutch. Get to a point where you feel the car starting to move, trying to buck forward, drop the brake, and ease out of the parking spot. That way you'll avoid any roll if a car is directly behind you. Parallel parking while I'm facing downhill is a little bit more difficult, because when you crack your wheel to the right, in order to back up to the parking spot, you're going to get a roll. Now, a roll is going to make you roll into the cars in front of you. A good way to avoid that is to either try to find the friction point ahead of time before you come off the brake, or use the emergency brake. I would recommend using the emergency brake if you're not proficient yet with the clutch completely. This is how you do it. Put the car into reverse, pull up the emergency brake, and ease off the foot brake to make sure the car isn't going anywhere. Turn the wheel all the way to the right, start giving it gas and coming off the clutch. When you feel the car is going to move, drop the brakes, and very slowly, you want to linger in that friction point. Let the car go back. As it picks up speed, come down on the clutch and let its own momentum pick it up. Before the car stops completely, start giving it gas again to maintain momentum, and ease yourself into the spot. You never want to be completely off the clutch. And brake. Turn the wheel all the way and let the car roll itself forward. There you go. You want to fix again? Turn it all the way back, straighten it out. Again, pull the emergency brake if you're too close to the car in front of you. Come off the foot brake. Little gas. Car's gonna move, drop the brake again. There you go. Perfect parking spot. Once you get into a parking spot, depending on the direction you're facing, if you're on an uphill, you want to put the car in first gear to combat the roll back. If you're facing downhill, you want to put it in reverse to combat the roll forward. You always put it in the opposite gear of where the car would assumably roll. The next thing you do is pull up the emergency brakes. Pull up the emergency brakes, and since I'm facing uphill, I'm going to put the car into first gear. Then I'll turn the car off. Now, I'll come off the clutch first to make sure that's holding. And then I ease off the brake. The car won't go anywhere. And since the car is facing the sidewalk, if the car just happens to roll, it'll tap the curb and that'll stop the rolling. And if you're facing downhill, again, the car will go up onto the curb and it'll stop rolling. That's the safest way to park. I hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for more great videos from nycdrivinglessons.com. Drive safe.